Day, moment, man, to give back to the fans. Me taking out a Panther fan one last time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, well, Detroit's pick is in, which means, the Panthers are
who do you have
on
right
the clock.
Let's see if you really know who you picked.
We got the Oregon boy going to Detroit.
Not to Carolina. Oh, okay.
They're going to receive it, right,
man. They're going to receive?
Jake, what would you do here?
I mean, Galladay is going to New York, so
yeah.
I know what I want to happen here for us, but I'm very worried here.
Hurry up, man.
Dang, Jake, you jinxed it.
Jake's gonna need a minute.
Well,
as I think a lot of Panthers fans are too.
Congrats to you, man.
If you watched, the pick came in extremely fast.
Well, we've heard that he's one of those,
in.
run, don't walk type of a guys,
Definitely.
Yeah.
We've got him.
Oh, okay. What? Now, we don't have the volume on if everybody is watching,
Whose daddy is that?
It's my dad. I told him not to get up on there. I said, look, we're the Panthers, not the Lions. Don't get up there and embarrass me.
All right, so here we go.
What is that? Yeah, we got to hear. Here we go. All right.
We are on the clock.
Everybody, let's talk about it.
I think they about to trade. They about to get messy.
You put that in your mock draft. TD, you think they stay at 8?
So they missed out on the O-lineman, so they're going to trade, right?
Yeah, they're going to get up out of there.
You think they
That's it, right?
What if we don't have value? What if nobody?
What they got to do it?
Well, I'm just saying, if there's no value, we got to take a corner.
You got to.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because my play was corner, regardless.
And the best corner on the draft board is still J.C. Horn. Put the kid right back in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would be very happy with that. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But Detroit got their pick in extremely quick. We were talking, but that pick came in very, very quick. And then they showed the kind of the war room in Detroit, and they were
going crazy.
I think they fell into their lap. I think so many people thought Cincinnati was going to help protect Burrow, and they probably will address it, I guess, in the second round. But he fell into Detroit's lap. So
Miami made their selection fast too.
Yeah. You saw a quick look. They're showing. I don't know which channel you're watching, but they were showing the draft room. So they were pretty excited when Waddle was taken by Miami.
We're on the clock right now. We got 2 minutes.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes.
Scott Fitter is known for trading back, even with the Seahawks, and they never had the top 10 picks. So we'll see what's happening. Jonathan's called for it. Whew. Chris, I don't know about you, but my heart is beating fast. Like
a trade would have happened by now, so I don't think your scenario is gonna work out. So
listen, man,
you know what that's gonna do to you?
Yeah, I got 2 wrong. How many you got wrong?
I think I'm still good. I don't know. I don't know if I had Sewell going
at least 2
to Detroit. I may have.
Look,
though.
just wait till we get to pick 11 or 12.
Hey,
then
Jake,
y'all gonna go.
It's all gonna go all over
Jake,
the place.
can we celebrate our moments and our victories right now without you destroying our hopes?
Roses, man.
Yeah, old man.
I guess. Whatever.
It's an old man thing. I get it.
Hey, Chris, what don't you want to promote some music?
Yeah, tell
now?
us.
Tell us what's going on.
Right before this pick, what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm actually crazy you say that. I actually have another song. I released the song last Friday. The first one I've had out a year and a half, and that one's doing really well. It's called Field and Boots. And then later tonight at midnight, I have another song coming out called Summer Job Money.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
And then the next 2 weeks following that, the song Every Friday coming out. So
Every Friday, huh?
Nothing I'm more looking forward to than this Panthers trip.
That's incredible. A big day for you and all these draft picks. All right, 30 seconds.
Man.
There's the draft room right there. I can say there's some good lighting in there. A lot of, see, Rule giving the fist bump.
Man, what they talking about?
We're about to find out, aren't we?
The pick is in.
The pick is in.
Here we go.
Guys, I think about this moment for you two, and just somebody's life is about to change. They're about to be a part of this, Thomas, as you said, this family. Whew. I'm nervous. Why am I nervous?
Cap, what you got, Cap?
I don't know, man. It's tough. I'm hoping we're going corner.
J.C.
though.
Horn.
Yeah, I'm
We're going
hoping we
J.C.
corner.
Horn.
I hope we
Okay,
go corner.
okay.
I hope we go corner. South Carolina.
Jake, the
There you go. It
bandwagon.
couldn't be more perfect for you, Cap. I think everybody would be really, really happy with that pick. Here we go. All right, we are waiting on this pick.
I feel like they should just come down here and tell us.
Big Show, well, yeah, I mean, Rule was here earlier. If he just wants to deliver it right here,
So we
that's
can talk
fine
to
as
them.
well.
I was literally one off.
On your mock draft?
Look. Sewell here.
Oh, yeah, we were close. I mean, I think
he was
that
2 off.
Panthers would have been happy if he was still there, no doubt about it. There's our fans right there that were able to go. Oh, man. I'm nervous.
Why is it taking so much longer for our pick to come
Yeah,
in?
come on now.
They just milking
They're
it.
building up the
The
drama. I
suspense,
like
man.
They
it.
want the
I like
Panther
it.
emblem to be on TV. That's all.
That's what Matt Rule knew. He came down here, saw you two guys. He's like, let's make them sweat a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Let's see. And everybody in the draft room, which is just a couple floors up from where we are in the gallery right now.
So there's no chance is Justin Fields' name being called here?
Oh.
I think there's a chance.
That's what Stu put in his pick, but not to the Panthers.
I think we're taking Fields.
Oh.
I think it's I think
would
it's a
love that.
possibility.
No, I mean that's
I gotta get some credit
start-
for the actual.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You gotta get picked up.
No, not at all. Not at all, brother.
Still
tragic
can happen, right?
decision.
Trade still can happen, right? Yeah, it can still happen.
No, they would have announced the
This
trade
is
already.
taking a long time, though, right?
Roger, take it back.
He's
Take it
walking.
back.
He's
All right,
walking
here we
right
go,
now.
here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, help him up.
Uh-oh.
Drum roll.
What you got? Cornerback, South Carolina.
Oh, he
Jason
called it.
Horn.
Called it. That's crazy. Called it. Called it.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
I like it. I like it.
And by the way, the Panthers was at his pro day.
Right back at home.
Her is
Coach Rule was at
excited.
his pro day and everything. So
That's
they
crazy.
see
Yeah.
the same pro day I seen.
That's right.
crazy.
They were at this. Coach Rule was at his pro day too,
They
down
see
there
the
with
same pro day
Cap.
I seen.
Oh, look at that! Look, I
Let's
love to see the
go.
family. Oh my
Let's
gosh!
go.
Love it.
Yes. Yes. Another South Carolina cornerback. in the
Good
building,
job,
baby.
Jake.
I see you, Jake.
well, I mean, look, I was watching something on one of the channels this week. It was like, leading up to the draft. Well, he's working out in California, and him and Jalen Ramsey are together,
Yep, I saw
and
it.
they're walking side by side, and I'm like, I didn't know this kid was that big, because I know how big and long Ramsey is. And this kid, then they showed him at his pro day, and
instincts.
he just had on the compression shorts, and he's just ripped. And then Joe Horn, his dad,
Talking
was
about
just
how
giving him
short his shorts
the
was.
hardest. Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I mean, that was so Joe. That was awesome. But that's a good pick, man. That's a
Yeah.
really good
We
pick.
got Dante Jackson joining us in a little while. He's going to be
I've said the
excited.
whole time that he was the best corner in the draft, and he's going as the #1 corner in the draft. So
Yes.
And Cap, you said
Know your stuff, man.
for anyone who wasn't watching earlier, you said you were at his pro day. What
Yeah.
did you see when you were there?
Like I said, like Jake just said, how big he was. I was sitting there like, man, this is a corner? And how big and how fluent his hips was and how he was moving and how he was catching the ball and everything. He got up there at the vertical jump and jumped like a 40-something, like with ease. And I was sitting there like, oh my God. And then when you go out there and run a 40 and being that big and go 4.3, it's like, wow. And he can move. So then, he got the competitiveness in it because his dad and stuff like that. And then he went to the University of South Carolina and he wrote #1. So that's a little trait that I had too. So
Okay.
Chris, as a
So it's
fan,
it's in the
fan
number,
like
huh?
me, you like the pick?
Yeah, love the pick. I think it's awesome. I honestly thought that we were going to take Fields. I don't know why I thought that. I just
A lot of people did. We didn't know up until 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to watch. Obviously, the team this year, and I'll be there cheering them on every single game, losing my mind.
I think a lot of people underestimate how good of a signing Sam Darnold was. And when you look at this kid's ability, like it's overshadowed and it's overlooked because he played for the Jets, and they wasn't that good of a football team. But when you look at the ability that he has as a quarterback, the accuracy that he has in the pocket and his ability to escape the pocket, I think is underrated. When he's out of the pocket, some of the throws that he's able to make on the run, Panther fans definitely got a good quarterback. And I know most of them don't even realize how good of a quarterback he's going to be.
I'm definitely a Sam Darnold fan, too. I was talking to a couple of my friends when we picked him up. Carolina picked him up. They was like, man, y'all got. I'm like, listen, don't be confused because he played for the Jets. He really can play. I watched him through college, and then even some of the throws that he made in the NFL, you sit there like, wow, you see the talent there. So maybe he needed just a different scenery to, just show everybody the way he can do and what he's capable of doing. Yeah. So like TD just said, I'm definitely excited about it. So I wasn't worried about, us going quarterback there. I'd rather have a corner like we did.
Put him back. You put him back
for what what you have to give up. You know what I'm saying? You have to give up much. And then you have Robbie Anderson here.
Yeah, you putting him back with Robbie. You're putting him with DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield, and we signed Moore from Seattle to add with that. I think this offense can definitely be one of the top offenses.
Too. Yeah, from Arizona, so you control the middle of the field.
Dan Arnold, he's a guy that can definitely stretch the field. We played them this year, man. He's a tall target. He's a guy that is going to open up a lot of things on the outside for the receivers. His ability to stretch the field and run away from safeties, I think is going to be a great addition to this team.
And that's going to be plenty of love for Christian.
No doubt.
Yes.
No doubt. Love to see this. We did this last year too. Look at that up on the big board. And hopefully we're going to get a chance to talk to him a little bit later and let him see that for himself. That's a cool thing right there. Like Jonathan, I know you said when you were drafted, it didn't quite hit you because of all you were going through in terms of injury and stuff. But like, what is he feeling right now? Like, Thomas, 2 minutes, 3 minutes after you were drafted, had it sunk in yet?
It hadn't sunk in yet, but I think the excitement level, the joy that you have. But for a guy like J.C. Horn, growing up watching his dad play and play at a high level, so he already has a ton of expectations that he has to live up to. Now you add in the factor that he's going into the first round. He's the first cornerback that's been selected off the board, and he's right here in the Carolinas where he played his college ball at. I think when you factor in all those things, he's going to come in and he's going to have a tremendous rookie season. It wouldn't surprise me if he comes in and be the defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah. Cap, what was your feeling, coming from the, SC over there?
It was
real SC.
Yeah, the real SC. The real SC.
Yeah.
Especially just getting drafted by the Panthers, and then it didn't sink in until I went to training camp that how much, South Carolina fans are Panther fans.
Right.
So when I went to training camp in Spartanburg, I'm sitting there, I felt like I was in Columbia. Right. I was sitting there like, wow. Everybody, it's Captain. Captain's come sign this. And I'm sitting there like, wow. It's me. And to get the opportunity to play that close to Columbia, it was just like, it was so real. It was just too real for me.
What advice would you give, the young JC?
Just stay grounded. I'm sure he will. His dad probably, stay on him, but stay grounded. And just be prepared, man. Just be prepared and be ready. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him. Everybody know that being number 8 in the draft. So the coach is going to put him out there. They're going to throw him out there to the fire. So he got to go out there. He got to produce.
Yeah. What's that jump like? We always hear that with corners. What's that jump like?
It's definitely different because in college, you can use your hands always down the field as long as the ball is not in the air. And I wish they changed that rule because you have to adjust to that being a defensive back in the NFL. Because in college, I can touch you all the way down the field if the ball is not in the air. So they don't say the 5-yard rule. So and I was actually talking to a guy down there at Pro about that. They was like, yeah, man, sometimes corners get a little handsy in college. I was like, yeah, because they're not changing the rules. They letting the college guys just touch them all the way downfield. You can't do that in the NFL. So after 5 yards, you got to let them go. And that's just a big difference. And the quarterbacks are so good in the NFL.
Yeah.
You go to college, you play some of these quarterbacks, you're like, they throw the ball almost right to you, or where you can make a play on it. In the NFL, these quarterbacks are throwing it to their guy or nobody. I'll never forget playing like guys like Drew Brees, and I'm guarding the guy with the best I can. I'm all up on him, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is an easy play. and Drew Brees throw the ball where nobody could get it but his guy. And I'm sitting there like, wow.
I think another thing when you look at J.C. Horn that makes this a really good pick for the Carolina Panthers and the guys that they just play in their division, right? You look at down in Tampa, their number one receiver, Mike Evans.
Yes.
Big, long, tall receiver.
Yes.
When you go to the Atlanta Falcons, you look at Julio Jones.
Yes.
Big, strong, physical receiver. Then you go to New Orleans and you look at the Saints, another big, strong, physical receiver in Michael Thomas.
Yes.
So you have to have a guy that can get in there, line up with these guys one-on-one, compete, stay strong, and that's another reason why I love that pick.
Yeah, and then it helps us by when we lost James. You know, James was our guy that
He was
able to guard those big receivers like Julio Jones, Mike Evans, and everybody like that. So
Patrick Surtain went
yeah,
right
I
after.
see that. Yeah, that's crazy. They go back to back like that. Two defensive backs.
Draft is all messed up now.
And obviously,
Jake told y'all it was coming. Jake said we're going to see y'all by pick 11. It was coming.
Yep. It's all going to fall off at a certain point. Dante is obviously as happy as captain is, and the rest of us are. We're going to talk to Dante a little bit later. You know, he's going to feel good having him out there on the field with him. Cap's smiling the way I imagine Dante is smiling right now.
The new
crazy.
GM trying to do some Legion of Boom, man.
Hey, back to back though, two kids who dad played in the NFL. Was selected.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool.
He's got a great chain on. It's a PS2 chain because he's PS2. You know.
His dad was a good player too.
All right, we want to welcome in everybody on social. We are back on all the Panthers social media apps as well as the app, the Panthers app. Panthers.com. You see J.C. Horn's picture on the big board. We got Panthers writer Darren Gant joining the party here with Chris Lane and Jake Delhomme and everybody here down at the gallery. Darren, what have you been hearing? I know you had some good eyes on what was going on in the draft room over there.
Yeah, that room got pretty excited in a hurry. He brings the kind of physicality, the kind of swagger they need in the back of that defense. I mean, they've got some players with attitude, you know, Jeremy Chin and then a bunch of guys in the front seven, but they didn't have a guy like this necessarily in that secondary. He's big, he's physical, he, you know, has a chance to make a lot of big plays. And Jake knows about Dad and the kind of big playmaker he was, and the kid's got that same kind of attitude about it. He's got an opportunity to make a difference. There was a palpable excitement in that room when, you know, as much as you think they would have wanted a tackle or something, I don't think a lot of people are disappointed in that room right now about adding J.C. Horn.
Oh, it certainly does not look like anybody's disappointed. Is that Evan Cooper that we're seeing that's excited?
Coop's a little fired up. For sure.
As is his way, and as he should be. He's the cornerbacks coach. I'm excited to see. I don't know if you guys know Coop. I'm excited to see him coach J.C. Horn. I think that's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I actually met him at Pro Day.
Yeah, he's great, right? You don't forget him.
Yeah.
He just has that energy.
Yeah. So,
Darren, anything else that you noticed that stood out to you as the Panthers were getting ready to pick?
Yeah, I mean, and we'll have more about this later, but it was interesting. I mean, I think there was a pivot. There were a lot of people kind of adjacent to the room were waiting to see that Cincinnati pick. And then when the Bengals go Jamar Chase, then there was a thought, okay, maybe Sewell's going to be on the board. But when he goes seventh, it seemed like, I mean, there were some conversations. It got a little quiet in there at times, but you could tell that group was pretty set, that this was a guy they liked. You know, he was, I think Matt will probably tell you he was the number one cornerback on the board. He just brings that kind of athleticism to the cornerback position they didn't have. I mean, they spent all last year looking for answers and hoping certain guys could turn into answers. Now they've got one of those guys. I mean, it's too expensive to find a guy in out a cheap rookie deal. It's good business, I think.
When you're a defensive guy, TD. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
Darren.
Jake.
So, in essence, what I'm gathering you're saying is that if Sewell and Horn were both there, we would have taken Sewell.
I don't want to put words in Matt Rule's mouth or Scott Fitterer's mouth, but I think that's obviously based on positional need. You know, something you'd have had to consider. But they thought Horn was in that group of guys who were elite difference makers, you know, at the top of their board. So I think it's certainly not a bad consolation prize. I'll put it that way.
What about trade-wise? Do you know if there was any conversations with team trying to come up to get Justin Fields.
There had been a lot of conversations with a lot of different teams all week leading up to this. I'll leave some of that stuff for Matt and Scott about the specifics, but I think there were plenty of calls made, sure, while they were on the clock. But ultimately, this was it hadn't counted down to zero when they were ready to make that call.
We got a,
how about
trade
this?
right here.
A divisional trade, Philly with Dallas.
Yeah.
So
All right.
you have to think.
There go Matt and Scott.
Hey
So
guys,
I'm
as
gonna
we
tell
watch
you for a
this,
second,
just
you
really
might-
quickly, we have another guest joining us. I'm not sure who can stay on with Darren, Jake, and Chris. Certainly understand if you guys have to go, or if you want to stick around, we'd love to have you stick around. Also, but we got DJ Moore.
Chris, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much,
it, Chris.
It's wonderful to see you, and congratulations on all you got going
Congrats again
on.
to you and Lauren, man, on the baby.
Hey,
Yeah.
big
Send a
fan,
gift y'all
Chris.
way.
Big fan, man.
Thank you, man. Same here, buddy. Same here. I enjoyed watching you play.
Thank you, man.
Heck yeah, buddy.
DJ, what's going on? Good to see you.
Not much. Hey.
DJ.
Oh man.
DJ, we got Thomas Davis, we got Stu, we got Captain, we got Jake on Zoom here. We're all just watching the picks just like you.
Man, I see, man. They all bust jokes on me when I first got there.
Oh, I need to hear about this.
DJ, I just got a question. Can I get that first sign number 2?
Yeah, me too.
Can you
Yeah,
say
the first sign number 2.
The first sign
He
number
already,
2.
give me
he
one
already
of yours.
promised it to me.
I need one of yours.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. You know that. That's easy.
I don't know, is it
Yeah.
official yet? Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's official.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know
I
if
mean,
it's
well, if
official.
you let me rephrase it then. If you decide to change to number 2,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
All right, good. So, DJ, what do you think about the pick? What do you think about J.C. Horn being a kid that can come in and compete with you and just help you get better while you helping him get better, making the transition?
Shoot, I love it. I'm hearing that he's competitive, so you know how practice go. It's going to be competitive in one-on-ones, even in the team period. So I'm ready to get out there with him and see what he got.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. DJ, I got to ask you about that Elmo. I know that's not the most pressing thing right now. We're all focused on the draft, but I see Elmo over in the corner.
Yeah, it's a cause Elmo that I got the whole Sesame Street pack. They keep going up in value, so I had to grab them.
Those things.
Yeah, they go up in
They
value.
go up in value big time.
Really?
I'm talking 80, 90,000 in value.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you get the big stand
I
up
used to
ones,
have me,
they go for more. They go for more.
Yeah.
Wow. And there's Dante Jackson. Dante, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Action Jackson.
DJ.
He was there. We'll see if we get him back here in a second.
He don't
Hey,
have
listen,
spectrum.
I'm gonna step out a little bit. So
All right, Jake. Thank you for everything.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us. It's great to see you.
I had a great time. Congratulations on your mock drafts. Now they're going to go to complete trash. They will go to complete trash
Man,
from here
Jake's
on
still a
out.
hater, man. Jake's still a hater.
Jake had to get in one shot before he left.
I'm with you both.
Absolutely.
To your defense, though, we did get cornerback.
Say,
All
man,
right,
see?
we got to talk to the cornerback. Dante, we just showed your tweet. It just said, I think what everybody's feeling. I love it. How excited are you about this J.C. Horn pick to have him out there on the other side of you?
I'm super excited. I followed this dude a lot in college. Just seeing what he did out there, lining up against elite guys, even elite tight ends, in the SEC. You can't help but to be intrigued by his play, man, and not to mention his mentality. I think he'll come in and just bring a different spark to the room.
And when are you going to reach out to him? That's what I want to know. You already sent the text?
Today, really.
Yeah.
Definitely trying to get in touch with him today, really, just to touch base, man, just to let him know how excited I am and to get to work with him.
So Dante, let me ask you this. Knowing the things that you went through with Captain and having Mike in the room from a leadership standpoint, what are some of the things that you feel like that you can like impress upon this young man that's coming in? And that's one question. Number two, you were a second-round pick. Now you got a first-round rookie coming in, and you know some of the things that they made you do. So what are some of the things that you're looking forward to making this young man do as a first-round rookie?
Oh, I definitely learned how to control rookie duties. You know, being around Cap and Mike Adams. I definitely got a few tricks up my sleeve when it comes to that. But from a football standpoint, man, just from you mentioned the vets and even playing with you, TD, just learning the process, man, and just how important it is, And one thing I learned once I started taking more care of my process and really treating it like a job itself, that's when I started seeing more success, So that's one thing. That's like the main thing I probably would try to try to teach him and try to talk to him about, because that's one of the main focuses if you want to be successful in this league.
Absolutely.
One thing I talked to Dante about during the season, Dante, when you were dealing with your toe, and talking about mentoring and not just the rookie duties, but mentoring when J.C. Horn comes in. Dante, when he couldn't be on the field, I have never seen. I was right up in that first row because of COVID. I've never seen someone cheer people like the energy that he brought to every single play when he could not be out on the field was just so noticeable to me. And I'm so excited, Dante, to see you, give that same energy to JC when he comes in here. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, man, I'm so proud of you, man, because I see you grow up. I'm seeing you grow up each and every day, and I'm so proud of you because coming from the rookie that I seen you was and to now, it's just like night and day, man. The process has been a real process, and I like how you've been handling your business, and you turning to be a pro. And like I said, man, I take my hat off to you, man. And now I'm excited just to see you two guys go to work. Y'all both two SEC corners. Me and TD love the SEC, so I'm excited to see y'all both two go to work and shut these boys down.
What I want to know from
Definitely,
DJ.
Man. We've been missing that South Carolina blood. And
what I want to know from DJ and Dante, you guys are close, and then now that JC's coming up, what's the trash talk policy in practice? Like DJ, when you go up against JC or when you go up against your boy Dante, is it all fair game or do you keep it pretty civil?
DJ don't talk.
I don't think DJ still don't talk. You talk yet, DJ?
He don't say nothing.
I don't
He never
say
talk.
nothing.
He used to get me mad. I used to get mad at him because I'm like,
They used to try to talk to me, say something. They used to say anything to try to get me mad.
Like if he catch a pass on me, I'd knock the ball out of his hand. This and that, he'd just be like, I'm like, yo, say something. Get mad at me or something. He don't talk. He just let his play speak for himself.
Those two are polar opposite. I can tell you that. Because when I was there, we couldn't get Dante to shut up. he would never stop talking. But I think that's one of the things I loved about D-Jack, though, being one of his teammates. But, when he came in, everybody knew how talented he was. We knew that he was one of the fastest guys in the draft. We knew that he had some exceptional hands. And once he got the ball in his hand, he was a dynamic player, as he's shown many times over on this field. But, one of the things, and Dante can attest to this, I used to always talk to him about, especially in practice, was when things are so easy for you, when you've been blessed with so much talent, you have to strain. You have to work even harder. So, Dante, with that being said, that's one of the things I want to make sure that you always impressing upon the younger DB group that you guys have now, the importance of straining and practicing, making sure that practice is always harder than the games.
Facts.
Definitely, and that's one thing that I take to my game to this day, TD. I still can hear your voice telling me to run to the ball, get to the ball. Don't let me beat you, So, man, for real, that's just something that's just I implemented in my game, and I can't help but to teach, guys that's under me.
Yeah, good deal, man.
DJ, I want to ask you. We've been talking about the size of J.C. Horn as a receiver. When you see a corner who's 6'1", over 200 pounds, what kind of challenges will that present to the wide receivers that J.C. Horn will be facing?
Shoot, from what I've seen, I don't really like going against long corners, but it's easier for me to maneuver around them because they're so long and they get their feet stuck in the ground. So I'm just looking forward to helping him, like, with my releases, because we play tall corner. So with my releases, I get to work with him, and the game going to become easier. So once that happens, I'm going to be good to go throughout the season.
And so, guys, while we were talking, it looks like Philadelphia just selected Devontae Smith out of Alabama. I think that's going to be a great selection. And what it does is put another Bama guy with another Bama guy.
We saw and we saw that in Miami too.
Yeah.
How long does it take to develop?
We saw that with LSU.
Yeah, that's true.
We hear you out there, man. You know what happened?
I think it's just crazy though when you sit and you think and you see all of these guys reconnecting. I think it speaks volumes to the Alabama program and what they've been able to do and having all these guys selected. And LSU, and when you look at LSU and having these guys selected early and often in the draft, I think that really speaks to what they've been able to do, how talented these players are, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what these guys are going to do on the next level after having so much success in college.
Yeah.
We talked about this too. I want to ask you guys, we've been asking everybody about their draft nights and what they remember. We haven't had a chance to ask DJ or Dante about that yet. DJ, let's start with you. Like, what stands out to you? What will you always take with you about your draft night?
Shoot, the long wait. That 24th pick on the first day, it seemed long, but it seemed so fast. But I was just sitting at Dave & Buster's with my family and people that I grew up with. That's the most realistic thing that I can remember from it, is just having everybody that helped me get from where I was little to where I am now. That's the most realistic thing, along with the phone call of getting picked by the Panthers.
Dante, how about you?
More the same. Really just remembering, being back home out here in New Orleans, being with all my family, everybody who watched this thing start, man, and watch me, do those long workouts and watch me, travel here to there. It was just a family-oriented night, and it's a night I'll never forget. It was everybody from little league coaches to high school coaches, was there to show face, and it was one of the best nights of my life, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah. Hey, DJ and DJ, what was the biggest learning curve as far as, adjusting to the league? You got a receiver, you got a DB. Tell us about, what you guys had to adjust to.
Shoot, I'll go first. The playbook on the offensive side, I would say, is more heftier than on the defensive side. That was one challenge that I had. So when coming in, I thought it was like going to be like college playbook, but it wasn't. It was totally different. So I had wound up not playing until like week 6. So I played special teams, just learning the playbook and getting it all down, so I could go out there and showcase my talents. So once I got the playbook down, it was all good from there.
Well, mine was kind of different because I came in and Captain TD can attest to this. I came in as one of those guys who had to play, who had to get on the field, So my whole thing was the time that I did have to learn, it came from game reps, So my biggest learning curve really was that my athleticism wasn't going to work against Julio. It wasn't going to work against Michael Thomas. It wasn't going to work against these elite guys. It was going to take time for me to really hone in and be more detailed in my craft. And once I started making that move to more focusing on technique and not trying to be the most athletic guy but the most technical guy, I think that's when I really start to feel like the production was really taking off. So I would say that not relying on my athleticism was probably the biggest learning curve that I had to overcome.
That's such a great point.
And DJ, you got like a little jump on everybody because you took a visit here. He kind of had a feel that we was gonna take him. He said in our meeting rooms before and when he was in college. Oh, really? He took a visit and we were sitting there like, who is this guy in the back of our room?
You're like, is this guy?
Yeah, and it was him. It was DJ, and we ended up selecting him, and we were sitting there like, wow. Yeah.
And Dante, we were just asking, I was asking these guys, I asked Thomas, I asked Jonathan, did you know? And Jonathan said that he didn't even meet with the Panthers. Did you know where you were going? Did you have any inkling by the time it got to it?
Only thing I kind of knew was it was gonna probably either be out of the Buccaneers or or the Panthers, and that's all I knew really coming into to day 2. I had talked to both teams, and they the Buccaneers actually had pick 53, and I went 55th. Buccaneers decided to take another corner, and I fell right to the Panthers. So and I love Carolina, I love Charlotte, so it all worked out.
Hey, DJ, I heard a little slight too when you were mentioning the playbooks and you having to learn, and you made a statement that the offensive playbook was harder than the defensive playbook. Where did you get that information from?
Well, everybody
You've been an offensive guy as long as I've known you, so I've never seen you in the defensive room, so you don't know anything about our playbook.
Listen. When we look at the defense, they give us cover 4 mini, cover 3. Like
so
that's
you guessing.
easy.
So you guessing.
Yeah,
you don't really
easy.
know. You don't really know.
And y'all when I heard defense,
I'm happy that I cleared that up. Yeah. I'm happy that I cleared that up because you don't really know.
I heard
But what kind of stuff is
defensive
really in y'all
players say,
playbook, though?
Hey, our playbook is our playbook. You worry about the offense.
Where it's just like pictures of like the same
I
stuff.
heard defensive people say they come
Not
out
pictures.
offensive
Line up
guys,
here
it's gonna
and
be
you
crazy.
react.
These offensive guys, I tell you the
You
truth.
went through the same holes. That's all
It
you
ain't
went
the
through.
same every time, bro.
And
That
it
ain't
looked
the
like the
same.
Chicago Bears just made a huge splash and they made a selection. They have taken Justin Fields off the board.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a great pick. I like that.
Big pick right there. Good for him. Happy for him. All right,
that's
DJ, Dante, thank you both so much for coming on. I still don't know offense or defense playbooks. I don't know if we settled that one. But I'm happy for both of you guys. Dante, I'm so happy for you with JC coming to town.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you both spending some time with us here tonight.
Appreciate y'all for
All
having
right,
me.
man. Appreciate y'all guys.
I got some rest.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I tell you what, the picks. Now we got a second round pick on their cap, so we're a little bit better. The first round picks are all over the place. Love that tweet from Dante. And Matt Rule and Scott Fitter, I know, are speaking right now, so we are going to go to that as soon as we can. Get you a live look in at what they have to say. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that now.
Yeah, just to lead off, I'd like to say how excited we are to have JC a part of our team. We love the competitive makeup, the coverability, and just the person. I mean, he brings a lot of energy. I just think he's a really good fit for this team. We're excited to get him.
Okay, let's go to questions. We'll start with Brett Jensen.
Hey, Scott. I know he was the first defensive player taken in the draft, but did you ever come close to trading